What would you do if your daughter just didn't come home from school one day? What would you do if your daughter seemingly disappeared from the face of the earth? Well, that's the question that faced the Joughin family on July the 9th, 2016, when their 19-year-old daughter Sierrah was abducted and murdered. Welcome to the Grim Riddles Crime Stories channel. Thank you for watching. In a small, close-knit town where safety was often taken for granted, a chilling event unfolded that would shake the community to its core. This is the gripping story of the Sierah Joughin case, a tale of tragedy, resilience, and the unyielding pursuit of truth. Sierah Joughin was a remarkable young woman who left a lasting impact on everyone fortunate enough to cross her path. Born on February the 11th, 1996, in Sylvania, Ohio, she grew up in the close-knit town of Metamora, where she formed strong bonds with her family, including her younger brother, and was the embodiment of a loving and caring sister. Her journey through education led her to Evergreen High School in Metamora, where she was not only recognized for her academic achievements, but also for her active participation in various extracurricular activities. Sierrah's bright personality radiated kindness, compassion, and an innate willingness to help others. Her infectious smile was her trademark, warming the hearts of friends and family alike. Beyond her studies, Sierrah was deeply involved in her community. She immersed herself in 4-H activities, where she nurtured her passion for horseback riding. Photography was another avenue through which she expressed her creativity, capturing the natural beauty of the rural landscapes that surrounded her. Sierrah's journey continued as she embarked on her college education at the University of Toledo, where she pursued her dreams of a career in human resource management. A member of the business fraternity Alpha Kappa Psi, Sierrah's dedication and commitment to her studies were unwavering. Her love for volleyball, the sport she played throughout high school and during intramurals at UT, exemplified her determination and zest for life. Traveling was one of Sierrah's joys, with a particular trip to Italy being one of her cherished memories. She appreciated the diversity of both country and city life, and her deep love for horses revealed a unique connection to the world around her. Family traditions were of paramount importance to Sierrah, and she cherished moments spent together with loved ones at Coldwater Lake. On the evening of July the 19th, 2016, around 6:45 p.m., Sierah Joughin was riding her bike home after spending time at her boyfriend's place. Her boyfriend was riding alongside her on his motorcycle. They eventually went their separate ways near County Road 6 in Metamora, Ohio. He headed home while she continued her journey. Concern set in when Sierrah didn't make it home, and her boyfriend couldn't reach her on her phone. Her worried family contacted the authorities. Later that evening, Sierrah's bicycle was discovered several rows into a cornfield near where she was last seen. The county sheriff noticed signs of a struggle and motorcycle tracks through the corn. The FBI joined efforts to locate Sierrah using her Fitbit activity tracker and smartphone, which emitted a signal miles away from her bicycle, but this didn't provide any new leads. Rewards ranging from $25,000 to $100,000 were offered for information leading to her safe return. Oddly, several items unrelated to Sierrah were found near her bicycle, including men's sunglasses with male DNA, a screwdriver, and a box of automotive fuses. A passing driver found a motorcycle helmet with a bloody handprint. Sierrah's boyfriend was quickly ruled out as a suspect due to his accounted-for helmet. During the investigation, James Worley, who lived nearby, claimed his motorcycle had broken down in the area and that he had lost items resembling those found at the scene. He mentioned finding 2 bicycles in the corn, one of which he took and admitted his fingerprints would be on, stating that he didn't commit any crimes. So who was James Dean Worley? Well, he was born on April the 8th, 1959, and originally hails from Tacoma, Washington, but he graduated from Evergreen High School in Metamora back in 1978. He had quite a diverse work history, from various jobs in Toledo, Ohio, to farming in Delta, and even worked on the grounds crew for a few county fairs. When it comes to his school performance, he chalked up his low 1.59 grade point average to his early involvement in selling and using marijuana, which started when he was just 14 years old. Now let's fast forward to July 1990. Worley did something truly horrifying. He ambushed a young woman named Robin Gardner while she was out riding her bike in White House, Ohio. He hit her with his truck, then got out and hit her on the head before handcuffing her. He then held a screwdriver to her throat and threatened to kill her if she made any noise. He tried to force her into his vehicle. Luckily, she managed to escape and was rescued by a passing driver. The law eventually caught up with Worley, and he was convicted of abduction, landing him a 4 to 10-year prison sentence with the possibility of parole. He ended up serving 3 years before being released early thanks to his own request. But that's not the end of his criminal record. In 2000, Worley found himself back behind bars. This time he was busted for cultivating marijuana plants and having weapons while on parole. Both of these were serious felonies at the time. However, his second stint in prison didn't last long, as he was released in 2002, once again after petitioning for early release. After getting out, he decided to start a small business and even got licensed as a trailer transporter. So that's a glimpse into James Dean Worley's troubled history with the law. And just a quick note here, neither law enforcement nor the community knew there was a predator, a violent criminal with 2 serious felonies living among them. Back to the Sierah Joughin investigation, and another witness reported a van speeding through the area and provided a license plate number. This was traced back to Worley. As we said earlier, Worley had a prior conviction from 1990 for assaulting and attempting to kidnap another woman who he knocked off her bicycle. This information led investigators to get a search warrant for Worley's property. When searching a barn on Worley's property, authorities uncovered a hidden room containing multiple pairs of women's underwear, one with blood on them, restraints, and a blood-stained carpet-lined freezer. More blood was found on Worley's motorcycle, along with zip-tie restraints and a ski mask in his truck. Sierrah's DNA was discovered on duct tape and an inflatable mattress in the barn. Cell phone records indicated that Worley was at the abduction scene for nearly 2 hours while Sierrah went missing. Troublingly, Worley had previously told a court-mandated therapist that he had learned from each abduction he'd committed and planned to continue doing them. He was arrested on abduction charges on July the 22nd, just 3 days after Sierrah's disappearance. Tragically, on the same day Worley was apprehended around 6 p.m., Sierrah's remains were found in a shallow grave along County Road 7 in Delta, Ohio, a few miles southwest of Worley's property. She was found hog-tied with her wrists handcuffed and bound to her ankles behind her back, a plastic toy functioning as a gag in her mouth, and wearing an adult diaper.
From the lips to the back of the mouth was 3 inches, and between the upper teeth was 2.
Dr. Cynthia Beiser, Lucas County Deputy Coroner, confirmed Sierrah was dead when she was buried, and that she died after a yellow dog toy acting as a ball gag was tied to her mouth, not allowing her to breathe.
There was no evidence of her having been violated. The exact time of death wasn't pinpointed, but she was officially declared dead by medical professionals at 9 p.m. on July the 22nd, 2016.
Time of death, July 22nd, and the time of death at 9 p.m. is the time the body is found and pronounced dead, correct?
Yes.
All right. So you have no way of knowing or telling us to a reasonable degree of medical or scientific certainty when the death actually occurred. Is that correct?
That's correct.
James Worley was indicted on 19 charges, including aggravated murder, kidnapping, and abduction in connection with the abduction and murder of Sierah Joughin. The prosecution alleged that Worley had watched explicit content online before ambushing Sierrah, striking her with his motorcycle helmet, and then asphyxiating her with a plastic gag. The defense argued that the evidence found in Worley's barn was intended for an adult film studio, and they suggested an unknown accomplice may have been involved. Witnesses and evidence presented during the trial supported both the prosecution and James Worley, who was indicted on 19 charges. And jury deliberations began the same day. Worley was found guilty on March the 28th, 2018, of 17 of the original 19 charges, including aggravated murder, after jurors deliberated for a total of less than 6 hours. Prior to sentencing, Worley made a 45-minute statement described as rambling and disjointed.
But if you believe what time, I do believe that Sierrah goes on. She may have been murdered and victimized, but she goes on.
Members of the gallery became upset during the statement and left the courtroom after he described Joughin as a beautiful girl.
You will need to make a determination as to whether or not the state has proven beyond a reasonable doubt that the aggravating factors outweigh any mitigating factors. If you do so, you will be required to give the death sentence to the defense.
The judge upheld the jury's recommendation for the death penalty, and Worley was also given additional sentences for associated charges. He has been on death row since 2018 and is scheduled for execution in 2025, despite attempts to secure a new trial through legal appeals. Following the trial, Sierah Joughin's mother and aunt founded a non-profit charitable organization called Justice for Sierrah. This organization is dedicated to promoting community safety and self-defense. They offer self-defense training courses for schools and communities, aiming to empower individuals to protect themselves. There is a link to the Justice for Sierrah website in the comments section. Please visit their website if you're interested. Sierrah Strong for the Schools developed a curriculum for schools that included 7 health and physical education lessons. These lessons teach functional skills crucial for the safety of young people and equip students with the knowledge to navigate the digital world securely. They offer this program from kindergarten to 8th grade, which aims to provide repetitive training, increasing the likelihood that young people will respond effectively when faced with compromising situations. Both of these programs exemplify Justice for Sierrah's commitment to promoting community safety and self-defense education. Following Sierrah's passing, her family put in a lot of effort to inform Ohio lawmakers about the importance of a violent offender database for raising public awareness and accelerating the kidnapping process. Sierrah's law was signed into law by Governor John Kasich on the 9th of December 2018. In July 2018, Worley's Delta, Ohio property was awarded to Joughin's estate, and her family had the main barn demolished. In August 2020, the Fulton County Sheriff's Department searched the Worley property again, using excavation equipment with assistance from the FBI. A statement by the sheriff read that the investigation into Worley was ongoing, and that any evidence found would be collected with assistance from the FBI Evidence Response Team, and gave no further comment. Joughin's family stated that the search was not related to her case. Sierah Joughin's legacy is a testament to the profound impact one person can have on the lives of many. Her memory lives on in the hearts of those who knew her, and her spirit continues to inspire us to live the life fully, appreciate the beauty in the world around us, and extend kindness to others, just as she did throughout her all too brief but beautiful lived life.
What we at Justice for Sierrah and my family really want is to make sure that she's remembered not for the tragic way she was taken, but for all of the amazing things that have happened because of her life.
We thank you for joining us on this emotional and eye-opening case. Your support allows us to continue shedding light on important issues and honoring the memory of those whose stories must be told. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to having you with us in our future endeavors. Stay safe and curious. If you enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe. And please feel free to let your voice be heard in the comments section below.